It wants me to start AI. And so we invite the bell. Listen, listen. The sound of the bell calls me back to my true home. So, good morning and welcome to the Mindfulness Tree Meditation community as we begin a new year. I know for some people you make resolutions, others say it's just another year. But I am going to ask you in this meditation today that we begin with, being our first meditation for 2026, is to make an intention. And that's not a resolution, but maybe to think beyond, dedicating the practice to someone or a little being or something, but to think about what is your aspiration for this coming year. And you don't have to have one, but that will be a part of the meditation today. So, and the other thing is I'm going to include some of the sayings and poems of Thich Nhat Hanh during today's meditation because we are going to do the 5 mindfulness trainings. So as I invite the bell, I have one of the little poems that is used within the Plum Village community that I'm going to include. Body, speech, and mind, held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from their forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. And so as we gather at the beginning of a new year, we arrive and we settle. And after all of the holiday activities, we are invited by the bell to come to our true home and to rest after all of the activities. This is a reminder that at any time in our lives and in our meditation life, we can begin again without any judgment. And we pick up where we left off. And so as you settle, just notice what is present for you in your body. In your mind. Held together in perfect oneness. So I invite you to make an intention. motivation or an aspiration that you have for this year. So just take a few moments, and if you can't find one thing, just simply rest in this time, or bring to mind a person or an aspiration that goes beyond yourself for our community, our world. And keep that aspiration close as we continue our practice. And realizing that by next week it might have changed. And I again invite you to notice the body. The places where the chair is meeting the body, or the floor. Starting with the top of the head, just notice if there's any tension being held in the head. And soften the cheeks, the eyes, and the neck. Breathing into it so that it relaxes. And the shoulders, and the back, torso, arms and hands. And the pelvic region, and the legs, to the feet. Just allow it to be as you become aware of the breath. If there's any tension present, perhaps allow on the exhale to sink deeper into your chair. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. And into this ease of breathing, We invite mindfulness, sati, that sense of openness, vastness, spaciousness, that allows for everything to be present. Thoughts, feelings, even bodily sensations. That space is big enough to hold anything that we are hearing. So I invite you to rest in the breath with no expectations. And even if thoughts or images appear, you know that that's all part of the workings of the mind. But rest in open awareness. If you get lost in daydreams or thoughts, remember as we begin this new year, we can begin again. And without judgment, but simply coming back to the present moment. Now I invite you to bring back to mind the intention that you made at the beginning of this practice. And just notice how perhaps it's changed or expanded, because intentions are not solid, they're fluid and moving forward. And just bring that to mind in these last moments. So as we bring this formal sitting meditation to an end, I'm going to share with you a love meditation by Thich Nhat Hanh. May I be peaceful, happy, and light in body and spirit. May I be safe and free from injury. May I be free from anger, fear, and anxiety. May I learn to look at myself with the eyes of understanding and love. May I be able to recognize and touch the seeds of joy and happiness in myself. May I learn to identify and see the sources of anger, craving, and delusion in myself. May I know how to nourish the seeds of joy in myself every day. May I be able to live fresh, solid, and free. May I be free from attachment and aversion, but not indifferent. Thank you for your practice. And using some of the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, something I decided to start doing at the beginning of the year to bring maybe more of the wisdom of Thich Nhat Hanh into our practice. And I'll send these out in a mailing so that you have those, maybe to use in your own practice or just to reflect upon. And so I'm just going to share with you what he writes about walking meditation, because it's short, and then as we move to walking meditation, we have the wisdom that's coming from this tradition. Walking meditation, indoors or outdoors, is a very precious practice. Walking meditation means we know we are walking. We walk just for walking, no longer in a hurry. There are families and communities who walk together every day, and it brings them a lot of peace and joy. To practice, walk slowly in a relaxed way with your head upright and a light smile on your lips. Simply keep in touch with both your breathing and your steps. When you practice indoors, take one step as you breathe and another as you breathe out. Outdoors, you can walk more quickly, allowing your lungs as much time and air as they need, and simply noticing how many steps you take as your lungs fill up and how many as they empty. The link is the counting, using a word, a phrase, or a gatha, which is a small phrase that he uses as part of the practice. If you see something along the way that you want to touch with your mindfulness, the blue sky, the hills, a tree, or a bird, just stop. But while doing so, continue to breathe mindfully. And so you don't have to do the breath in on one step, breath out on the other, but that's simply a suggestion that comes from the practice. So now we go to the social hall or the sanctuary for a walking.